Hey guys, Crystal Grace here. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. So this one is all about how do people describe you. So if somebody wants to inquire about you, what do people say? What kind of person are you? So we have three piles to choose from. So either connect with the imagery that you see on these cards, or maybe you want to connect with the passage. So pile number one, we have a prayer is answered. I believe in miracles and witness them often. Pile number two, we have success and gain through hard work. I thrive in all aspects of life. And pile number three, we have regeneration, new growth and strength. My body heals itself and remembers its original blueprint. So take a moment while you are connecting with these cards. Just a quick disclaimer. Please trust that if anything triggers you in any way, it is never my intentions to disturb your day, upset your day, whatever. So please trust the fact that a message is not for everyone and it could be just for one of you who are watching. So with that said, just trying to light a candle here. Oh, burning my fingers. No, I can't hit pause because I'm busy. All right, there we go. Cool. Alrighty, let's go, let's get it. Pile number one, welcome to your reading. So those of you who chose a prayer is answered. I believe in miracles and witness them often. So straight off the bat, I feel like for those of you who have picked this pile, you may have a shrine in your home. You may work heavily with ruins, with crystals, with candles here. You may represent your moon and your sun sign a lot as well. Like you may be like, what's the word I'm looking for? You may present yourself to have those characteristics of your sun and your moon sign. Like it could be overexerted, like overemphasized. So for instance, like if you're Cancerian, you could be very nurturing, you could be very sensitive, like you could be very emotional. And then if you are Aries, you could be like really assertive, very action orientated, very like chasing goals and dreams. You're a person who can just literally make anything work. And I feel like that kind of comes back down to a lot of blessings that you receive. You may ask for a lot from the universe and the universe will always provide for you. Some of you may eat mushrooms, you may have gnomes in your garden, or maybe you grew up with gnomes in your garden. Some of you find feathers on the ground quite regularly. They are signs from your spirit guides. There's something to do with fairies here as well. We do have some spell work here, so some of you could work with spells. But there is this strong emphasis of witchcraft with this card. It's very angelic as well with these wings here. So I kind of feel like a lot of you who have picked this pile are very spiritually protected. So whether or not people describe you as somebody who's very spiritual, very witchy, somebody who has a shrine in their home, maybe, I know that this statue here is not a representation of Buddha, obviously, but some of you could be into, that way of life, that way of religion here. There is a sense of religious energy here. So I definitely feel like a lot of you have picked this pile. You have some kind of faith, some kind of religion, and people may describe you as somebody who does have some kind of, you are religious in some way, shape or form. We also have a bell here. I'm hearing alarm bells, so I definitely feel like you may ring a lot of alarm bells on people's lives, on their opinions, on their philosophies, is what I'm picking up. But yeah, what does this passage say? I'm grateful for all I have. Thank you. Yeah, so you're a very grateful person. You're a person who shows a lot of gratitude to the things that the universe sends your way. So some of you could have been born in the thousands, the 2000s. We have Leo energy. We've got Scorpio energy. We have Neptune energy, which is Pisces. We have Gemini. Someone could be 17. Some of you could be 12, or the number 12 is some affiliation with you. That's 17 rolled over to 6, so that is Virgo. So we have a C, we have an anchor, we have an R, another C, we have an F, we have an O, we have a H, we have a J, we have a Y, a W, the number 5, we have an L, a V, we've got glasses, we have Q. Glasses are a sign of high intelligence here. So we have another, a T, a C, a 7. We also have this ruin. Okay, so this rune is rune number 12. It's Jira, represents the year. It symbolizes cycles, completions, changes, harvest, reaping, rewards. So the 3 cards in representation of tarot, I'm seeing the 7 of Pentacles, the World, and for some reason the Ace of Swords. So yeah. Cycles, completion, changes, harvest. A lot of you have gone through cycles. So, you know, like, how do people describe you? They could describe you as somebody who's, you know, experienced a lot. They could also describe you as somebody who's had a lot of changes in your life. You've worked really hard. You've been able to reap the benefits or reap the rewards from all hard work. You've acquired a lot of material wealth or social status as well. So people describe you as somebody who is successful, because the World card, for me to see that, my third eye, means that people look up to you in the sense that you have come a long way in life. And instead of like laying down and dying when life was serving you lemons, like, you took those lemons and made lemonade. So I kind of feel like there is a lot of admiration when people describe you. Like, there's a lot of like, there could be even a lot of eye rolling as well. There could be a lot of jealousy around you, pile 1, because you're a person where like the man never gets you down. Like, people might try and bring you down, but because you've already been brought down in so many other areas of life or so many times during your life, you've gone through a lot of cycles of trials and tribulations is what I feel, and you've exposed yourself to a lot of changes. There's been a lot of personal growth, personal development. So when people do not celebrate your success, you're used to that. So I feel like there's a lot of eye rolling, but there's also a lot of admiration around you. So when people describe you, you've got people like, yeah, like pile 1, like, yeah, you know, that, of course they do that. So you've probably got a lot of people around you who are very envious of the attention that you get, because you are very unique and very different, and you are very spiritually protected here. And people, the fact that we have I believe in miracles and witness them often. So whether or not you believe in miracles for yourself or for others, I feel like for a lot of you, you've paid your dues. So you probably receive a lot of, you know, love and help and support from the universe, and people around you see that whatever you wish for, you receive. And there is a lot of eye rolling around. There is a lot of envious energy around you. So that's sort of, if that sounds like you, stick around. So let's go. Let's find out, how do people describe our pile number 1? That is too many. Love it. 9 of Cups though. Very nice. That's all about wishful thinking, that card. It's all about somebody always getting what they want, you know. They put it out to the universe and it comes back. So show me how people describe pile 1. Yeah, there's that 7 of Pentacles, which all correlates with that ruin. We have Judgment, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, the High Priestess. Is that not funny? It's cool. Pop this guy back over here. Okay, Judgment, Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups, High Priestess, the Sun. Stop it. Okay, so obviously with the 7 of Pentacles as the overall energy, this is really reiterating that ruin. So the ruins don't come out all the times, and sometimes, I'll be honest, I like to avoid them because I don't like to stop and have to Google because I haven't even done my research yet. But 7 of Pentacles here, you know, sunflowers are a very beautiful energy. It's very like, we have the sunflowers here on the sun card. But I think a lot of people describe you as somebody who is quite happy. You're a very happy person. And I feel like they describe you as somebody who is very happy because you always put in the effort that you need to have the life that you live. So I feel like a lot of you have picked this pile. You are living the life that maybe everyone else wished they were living. You are living a very different lifestyle to the people around you. So however that may look. I feel like people describe you as somebody who's always working on a new project or bringing something into reality. Here with her watering this tiny little seed in her hand. I also feel like people describe you as somebody who can literally do anything. So whatever you set your mind to, you can make it happen. So if you want to build I was going to say if you want to build a house, you'd build one. Like people would describe you as that kind of energy. You're hardworking. I also see the 8 of Pentacles in my mind's eye. You're a person who is known for work or your work. So whatever you do for work, people describe you as somebody who's really good at their job, somebody who knows what they're doing. You can rely on pile 1, they'll get the job done. You're a person who has a lot of projects going on all at once. And I also get this very naturist vibe from this card. So some of you could have a garden or you're working on some kind of herb garden or like something. So people are describing you as somebody who is trying to take care of the home or trying to take care of yourself. It could be even just your body you are trying to take care of. But either way, I feel with the 7 of Pentacles here as the overall energy, people describe you as somebody who takes life seriously in the sense that you respect everyone. You're a loyal person. You're dependable. You know how to invest time and energy into the right things, okay? So not the wrong things. I feel like a lot of you try and live a very holistic lifestyle here. I think you also are seen or described as somebody who makes a really good friend as well here. So moving into the Judgment card. It's funny, right? Because the Judgment card, there is this quite youthful individual, and then the High Priestess, somebody who's quite old, like she's got some serious, wrinkles going on here. I don't know, I kind of feel like with this Judgment card, there's a very angelic vibe here. So I feel like people describe you as somebody who has very good judgment of people, of situations, of ventures, whether they're business or just social. I feel like you have a white aura here. People describe you as somebody who's probably quite angelic yourself. I'm also connecting this imagery with the Temperance card. So I feel like people describe you as somebody who is always working from a place of good, not evil. So I feel like people would describe you as somebody who's very supportive of others. You're somebody who always tries to find the good in everyone, as opposed to just thinking everyone's like a shit, see you next Tuesday. there is this innocence about you. People may describe you as somebody who might live off with the airy fairies a little bit here. There's something about your eyes. I feel like people describe you as somebody who's got real intense eyes, or like have you seen Pawan's eyes? Like they're like off the Richter. No, kitty cat. There is fire here. There is fire. Woohoo! He's such a beautiful puppy. Aren't you? You're so pretty. Off you go. So yeah, I definitely feel like there is something about your physical body, your physical features, that people describe you as somebody who's very euphoric looking or out of this world as well. Like this individual looks very from another galaxy or something, you know. Like I feel like there is something about your physical body that is very unique. So they describe you as somebody who has a very unique look and very high vibrational energy. You may even find people describe you as somebody who is very zen. You're very cool, calm, and collected. And we see that with the Queen here as well, the Queen of Cups. So moving into that, when I look at this energy of the Queen here, she seems very approachable, very open. She seems very elegant. I feel like people describe you as somebody who really takes care of their emotional well-being, but they're also their outer shell as well. So you're a person who really cares for, you know, their physical body here, and you always look well-dressed. So it doesn't matter what you're wearing, you always look well-groomed, is what I'm hearing. Your makeup is not over the top either. I feel like people describe you as somebody who isn't fake. You're somebody who likes to look natural and present yourself to be very natural, grounded, down to earth. Queen of Pentacles is also coming through my third eye. So I feel like people describe you as somebody who is very practical, but you're also very attuned to other people's emotional well-being. I think people describe you as somebody who has a very high emotional intelligence. You're somebody who's very intuitive, very psychic here as well, which we sort of pick up that with this imagery here. I also feel like, you know, people describe you as somebody who is a queen, you know, or a king here. I feel like if you're a female, people describe you as a queen. If you are a male, they describe you as a knight, somebody who's maybe a bit flirtatious, very Prince Charming, has got a lot of people on the go. But if you are female, I feel like for a lot of you, people describe you as somebody who is very in control of their emotions. You're very intuitive to people's needs and desires. You're very psychic. You may be they might describe you in a sexual sense as somebody who's very sensual. Like when I was in bed with pile number one, like, you know, like their touch made me feel like, you know, I don't know, like I was the only person in the room, and that would be weird. Like, well, not weird, just, anyway, I'm going to keep going. But there is an elegance to you. So I feel like people describe you as somebody who likes the finer things in life, a little bit like the Queen of Pentacles here. But I don't think you, like, I feel like it's, like you don't, just on a side note, it's not like you go into the most expensive stores. You find these pieces in very practical shops and pay practical prices here. So they might see you as somebody who looks very high-end. But just a side note here, you guys might be just really good at knowing where to get bargains from. So you're very practical in that sense. I feel like a lot of you spend more money on your skin than you do in any area of your life, and maybe food, nutrition, as we see the pomegranate here. So obviously the Knight of Cups here, people describe you as somebody who's quite flirtatious, somebody who's very easy to get along with. I think, you know, we have a fish here on this guy's shirt. So I feel like a lot of people might describe you as somebody who's really fun to be around. I actually think people feel very warm and fuzzy when they are in your energy, seeing like the magic around these individuals. I guess that magic is in all the cards, but let's see. Yeah. But see how it's sort of going up in the air. It's not going around him. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people have a soft spot for you, Pile One. Like people who aren't jealous of you, I would say people are jealous of you because, you know, you may attract these sorts of individuals a lot. You may have a lot of people who are a bit younger than you, who are really into you. Like I feel like people describe you as somebody who's very easy to get along with. Like you have this very calming energy, and you have a very non-judgmental energy. You know, if we're using a different tarot deck, there are certain judgment cards where it looks really judgy, but yeah, based off the imagery of the card that we see here, I don't feel like you have an aggressive approach to people's behavior or their religion or their philosophies. I feel like you just listen. You're a listener. I think you probably listen more than you talk. And people love that about you. Like, although you have a lot of wisdom here, and we see that here with the High Priestess, you're a very old soul. You're a person who's, again, gone through a lot of cycles, a lot of changes. You're really good at listening to what people need to hear from you, really good at providing sound counsel advice as well. And I think a lot of people just find you to be a very good friend here. Like, you may have a lot of good friendships, so they may describe you as somebody who has a lot of friends. You are seen very much in the social light world. I think people may describe you as somebody who's also very giving of your time and your energy to help people through hardship. So the High Priestess obviously reiterates this psychic, intuitive energy coming through with the Queen of Cups. I feel like the High Priestess, people describe you, for some of you, as a witch. Yes, 100%, especially if they're aware that you have a shrine in your house. You know, 3D people are definitely going to be like, ooh, oogie boogie. But, witchy woo woo. But yeah, I definitely feel like this tells me people may describe you as somebody who is very tapped into esoteric energy or practices. You could be a person who, I don't know, you might be big on letter writing here with her holding that scroll. Like, I feel like you might work with magic, and people may describe you as somebody who works with magic. Pomegranate, whenever I think about pomegranates, I think about supermodels and them eating that pomegranate for breakfast, or they eat grapefruits too, right? One wedge of grapefruit. I wish I had that willpower. No, I don't, because I love brekkie, but I don't know, they kind of look like chodes, don't they? I'm just going to Google pomegranate because I don't understand. I've never actually ever Googled pomegranate. So it's from North Africa and Western Asia. So I don't know if that is... You know, it says it's a round, thick-skinned fruit. So maybe people may describe you as somebody who's just got really thick skin. But on the inside, you've got all these little beads, these little balls. So, you know, people may describe you as somebody who's got really heavy, thick skin. But on the inside... you've got a lot of juices, like, it's also known as a symbol of resurrection, life everlasting in Christian art. The pomegranate is often found in devotional statues. It's, wow, it's even seen in the Jewish community as a mystical experience. Or the Kabbalah, I can't pronounce that, but you know what I mean. It's backdated with the tarot. Yeah, I wasn't aware that Jewish culture was linked with that. You know, it talks about leathery skin. So some of you may like be of an older age. They may describe you as somebody who looks older than what you are. They may describe you that you may have leathery skin, like you may have done a lot of sun damage, or you may like to lay in the sun. I remember living on the Central Coast. There was this lady called Barbie, and we would all call her Barbie, and yeah, she was married to a doctor, so she didn't have to work, so she always like walked around in like Barbie outfits and Barbie heels, and she had very dark leathery skin. So maybe some of you are just described like that, you look like you have leathery skin. Like, take that as it resonates, please don't be offended. It's also known as the fruit of the dead, as it was said to have arisen from the blood of Adonis. So I kind of feel like some of you could worship the dead. People may describe you as somebody who works with the dead, so with the spirit realm. So again, that's very witchy woo-woo energy. Be careful what you wish for is what I is coming through my third eye. So clairaudient, sorry. Mind, whatever. Okay, then we have the sun here. So obviously this reiterates that Seven of Pentacles energy. You're a very happy person. You're high vibrational energy. So although like you have this uniqueness about you, people describe you as somebody who's very happy. You're always engaging in happy activities. Like you're very untouchable. And I think people describe you as somebody who can't be brought down to their level because you're running on a high, because you've had a lot of challenges and changes in your life, and because you just focus on you and what you're doing, you sort of stay in your own lane. People describe you as somebody who sticks to themselves, and because of that, you're a very happy person. Like you're always like, people describe you as somebody who should be miserable, but you're not. You're very, very happy is sort of how I put that sun card. The sun can also talk about, you know, somebody being super positive, somebody who's got a lot of freedom in their life. But I genuinely feel overall people see you as somebody who is always, who's very open, okay, who's somebody who always speaks the truth. And who's somebody who's very optimistic in this world. Like, even though you could be very pessimistic because of things you've endured in your life, it hasn't stopped you to keep investing time and energy into the things that you love. So it doesn't matter if people come for you, you accept that that's just their behavior, and you just sort of keep in your lane, focusing on yourself. So I feel like people describe you as somebody who can't be unsettled. Like you can't poke the bear with you. Like people can say demeaning things to you, and you just sort of sit there and you probably think things. You probably think, I don't know, you might think different kinds of things here, but I don't feel like you react to a lot of negativity. I think you just sort of accept people are shit, and you don't really allow it to rock your boat in a way. So yeah, that is all I have for you, pile one. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So those of you who chose success and gain through hard work, I thrive in all aspects of life. We have a fox, a bat, a frog, an owl, and either a raven or a crow. I don't know. I kind of feel like people describe you as somebody who is like the odd person out. Like you could work in an environment where like you are very different, like you don't fit in. So people may describe you as somebody who is very out of this world, this person who's very unique, very quirky, just unusual, okay? I feel like a lot of you, because maybe you're a bit of a lone ranger, I'm not going to say lone wolf because we've got frogs and owls here, but like some of you, you know, like the crow you see in daytime, the other animals you see at night. I don't know, people might describe you as somebody who's always like hanging around, like you're always around, but you're not around. I feel like it's going to be a quirky pile. I definitely feel like success and gain through hard work. I feel like you've had a lot of success because of whatever you've gained through hard working or hard work lifestyle. I definitely feel like a lot of you are thriving in some areas of your life. I don't know. I just feel like I need to get to the cards because this is the quirk pile. The quirk pile. What? So we have Taurus. We have Leo. Some of you are in your 50s. Maybe you have affiliation with 1950s. We have the Neptune. We have number 1, which is Aries, strong Aries. We've got 3 Aries here. So you could be really aggressive and hot-headed. So that could be something. So we have a Y, an M, or a W. We've got a K, got an F, got a T, got a cat, got a V, got a C, got a lizard, got a W, got an X. That's nothing. We've got a large anchor here. We've got a seahorse. Got the number 1, number 7, and another F. I just want to I've just turned to the book because I just want to know. I just want to know. So when it talks about a fox shape-shifting, walks between worlds, escaping a tricky situation, okay? The owl represents wisdom, high knowledge, protection, which we know this. It's literally not a book of... It doesn't mention the frog. It doesn't mention anything else. Birds talk about good news, a message, joy. Who are you, pile 2? You know, I actually think people describe you as somebody as a lot of confusion about who you are. Like when we think about that shape-shifting energy coming out with the fox here, walks between worlds, escaping a tricky situation. You may create a lot of confusion for people when confrontation begins. Maybe how you react and respond to things is very different to how people think you are going to react and respond. You may have different personalities depending on your environments here. Like you may act a certain way at, say, home. Well, we all do, really. Well, no, I wouldn't say that. Some people you meet, who they are is who they are. And then other people, they've got different sides to them. They're very curious, they're very observant. See how they're all looking? I feel like people describe you as somebody who's always watching, like you're always just observing. Maybe you don't really say a lot because you're sort of in your own world. You could escape to other worlds. You could do astral projection here. You could be a person who... You know, when tough times get tough, you sort of, I'm seeing that image of Homer Simpson moving back into the bush and you disappear. I feel like people describe you as somebody who does the disappearing act when things get tough. Okay. I don't know. I do feel very confused with this pile. Like I don't feel like it's very clean cut. So hopefully I haven't offended anyone as yet. But you could be really good at a chameleon. Like you're always trying to blend into environments. So maybe you're not the center of attention, so people don't make a fuss over you. So I feel like you don't want to be seen. You're the kind of people who don't want to be seen. Like you just sort of want to carry on focusing on what you want to focus on. You don't want people coming for you. You try to avoid tricky situations. If things start going south, you just sort of move on to the next maybe relationship, next friendship grew. You just avoid people like the plague is sort of the vibe I'm getting here. So how do people describe our pile number 2? And this could be just an energy you are currently in, pile 2. It doesn't mean you live your life like this forever. And if you do, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. How do people describe pile 2? How do people describe pile 2? What is your overall energy? Stop it. What the fuck? I'm even more confused. It's just, oh, 7 of Swords. Who are you people? 7 of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, and the King of Wands. Knight of Wands is your overall energy. Okay. Look, Knight of Wands is my fuckboy, fuckgirl card. Yes. So your overall, like how people describe you as somebody's higher, I don't know. I think people describe you as somebody who might have a lot of people chasing you. It may be the fact that this Knight of Wands is describing the energy around you, more so you yourself, but we'll look at it both ways, I guess. So the Knight of Wands is a card that talks about somebody who's very passionate, very charismatic, very sexually driven. Very athletic as well here. She's running with a torch. Some of you could be into the Olympics. I don't know. The Olympics happen this year actually in France, don't they? It's exciting. Ice skating and the gymnastics are my favorite to watch. Ice skating. There is no ice skating, is there? It's gymnastics. Winter Olympics have the ice skating. Anyway, focus, Crystal, focus. Yeah, look, I actually think people describe you as somebody who is very independent, has obtained a lot in their life. You are very independent in the sense of financial stability. I feel like a lot of you have are self-made. So I actually feel like the message is a little bit different to how I thought this reading was going to go. I think people describe you as somebody who has a lot of sexual interests. I think people describe you as somebody who everyone wants to like bed, or, you know, and it could be just the fact that people describe you as somebody who attracts a lot of fuck boys, fuck girls. Like a lot of people want to be in your energy. A lot of people want to be around you, but you don't want to be around them. I feel like, oh. Not you. You're a little cutie, aren't you? You're just a little puppy. Yeah. Why don't you sit here like a little baby? Good girl. Yeah, so I feel like for some of you, you are talking to multiple suitors here. People describe you as somebody who can kind of have anyone that they want. You are very unique. You are very different. There's no one around you, no one around like you. I feel like people with the 7 of Swords. So I'm going to deliver 2 different messages of how people are describing you. Sorry, I should have reiterated that. So for some of you, okay, people describe you as somebody who everybody wants to fuck and everybody wants to bed, everybody wants to talk to you, everybody wants to have a secret affair with you. Like I feel like people describe you as somebody where people would cheat on their partners with you. Okay, I think a lot of people describe you as somebody where a lot of people stalk your social media. They're watching everything you're doing. They want to talk to you. They want to take action towards you. This can be a sex card as well, the 8 of Wands. So I definitely feel like a lot of people describe you as somebody who is has a lot of sexual interest at this time. So it's not really a description. It's more about describing what's going on more so around you as opposed to you yourself. But if you're not represented as the the Queen of Pentacles, and you feel more called that you are represented by this King of Wands, I feel like people describe you as somebody who can have anyone you want. Like, you are a person who very much is confident within themselves. You know what you bring to the table. You may be described as somebody who is having an affair with multiple people through online measures here. You could be talking to multiple suitors as well. So people could be describing you as a player here. That you are a person who is hiding different affairs. They could even describe you as somebody who does commit adultery, that does, dabble in infidelity here, because the King of Wands in a low vibrational energy is deemed a womanizer. And to have the Knight of Wands here, I just have to brutally say and rip the band-aid off here that people do describe you as maybe a man-eater, a womanizer, somebody who maybe toys with people's emotions. So there is something very unique and off about your energy, or at least people describe you as somebody who like, hello, you're just so pretty and you distract me. I just think they describe you as somebody who's very secretive about your love affairs as well here. So people, although they describe you as somebody who is very sexual, very like, you may talk about sex quite openly for some of you, and for others of you, it's like people they describe you as somebody who would be really good at, I don't know, phone sex. I don't know. I just feel really confused and off with this pile. So let me know why that would be. I always like to know that. Are you feeling really confused at this time? I love this cat. She's so cute. Okay, I had to pause and give my cat some love and affection. Okay, let's stop for a moment. Okay, so I'm picking up a different message with the Seven of Swords and the Page of Swords. I actually think people describe you as somebody who hides your intelligence. You're somebody who is highly intelligent, but you don't let people know about that. I feel like with the Knight of Wands as the overall energy, people describe you as somebody who seems to be only interested in one-night stands, flings at this time. You could be somebody who is described as non-committal, okay? So I'm feeling a bit more controlled in my energy, so I'm glad I sort of stopped the video there, because it also would have probably sounded shit. But I definitely feel with this Seven of Swords and the Page of Swords, people describe you as somebody who's got a lot of hidden information. So you may talk to a lot of people. You may find out a lot of gossip about people's sex life or affairs, infidelity. You could be a person who draws upon witchcraft to find out who is sleeping with who, because we do have a king and a queen and a king here with the Eight of Wands in the middle of it. So it kind of tells me people describe you as somebody who can find out about who's having an affair, okay, who's sleeping with who. They could describe you as somebody who can identify a fuck boy, fuck girl quite easily, because you are one, maybe. But I definitely feel like with the Page of Swords, people may describe you as somebody who's really good at investigating. You can find out information that other people can't find out. So apply that where you will. The Queen of Wands definitely tells me that people describe you as somebody who, I don't know, she looks quite sexual, you know, she looks like she's just had sex. So I definitely feel like a lot of you people describe you as somebody who's only open to one-night stands at this time. You may be open to one-night stands with married people, because you don't have to commit to them. A bit like Marilyn Monroe's way of life. You know, the best thing about a married man is they'll never try and marry me. Okay, so people could be describing you as non-committal, somebody who's not interested in marriage, somebody who doesn't really care about like having a white picket fence and children. Please, if any of this is triggering you or upsetting you because it goes against your morals or values, please trust the message is not for you. And I also feel like you would have clicked off by now anyway, I assume. But yeah, I definitely feel like people describe you as somebody who's very sexual. You have high sex drive. You like to maybe have a lot of sex when you are with somebody. You might like different positions. So whoever's describing you here are probably people who have slept with you. So there could be, conversations happening right now that, you know, pile number 2 hides the fact who they sleep with. But if you go on their social media, you can work out that they do have a lot of sexual partners. They do have a lot of sex with different people. And it's something that some people in your world can see through your social media. But yeah, communication is heavily linked with the 8 of Wands. So I feel like people describe you as somebody, although you seem very different here, going back to this energy here, you're a good conversationist. So although you don't want to be seen, you don't want to be sort of heard, when people do get to talk to you, what they discover or how they describe you is you're actually very intelligent. You have a lot to say about a lot of different things. But yeah, like you're very fast moving. You might be a really fast talker. People may describe you as somebody who's, I don't know, you may move on to the next person quite quickly if this is relationship based. I don't know, people might describe you as somebody who, I don't know, you're a real hard one, pile number 2. Like, it's like you're open, but you're also closed, you know? Like, people can't put their finger on you is what I feel, because I can't put my finger on you either. And we, as I said, we have all these different animals here. So I definitely feel like, I'm thinking about the bird. The bird talks about good news messages. 8 of Wands also talks about communication messages. People may describe you as somebody who you have maybe, like, and don't take offense to this, but you have different personalities. Like, and if it's not just different personalities, the best way to say it is there's different layers to you. So people may describe you as somebody, depending where you catch pile 2, if you capture them at work, you get this pile 2 energy. If you catch them out at the club, you get this pile, like this type of energy. So I kind of feel like people describe you as somebody who is very different in the sense of personality. Like, you have different personality traits or something like that. I don't know. I'm not going to keep sitting in this energy because it'll ruin me. But the King of Wands, before we move over to pile number 3, would definitely tell me people like would describe you as somebody, again, I don't know, like this passionate lover. I don't know. Let me know. Are you having sex with a lot of people at this time? And so they're describing what it's like, what kind of sexual partner you are at this time. So maybe when you're like talking pillow talk, that's where all this hidden information comes out. So you may present yourself to be, you know, a fuck boy, fuck girl, like you're only after one thing. But when people actually get to know you, or that pillow talk position comes or happens, it's like, you know, they come across as if they're like, don't have a lot of wisdom, but when you lay down with them and you bed them, they've got loads of wisdom. So that's sort of the vibe I'm picking up here. I feel like people describe you, they might describe you as somebody who's got high expectations, which is why you could be in this energy of exploring different suitors at this time. But yeah, I'm going to stick with my guns. Like, people would definitely describe you as somebody who's very impulsive with your romantic interests. I think they describe you as somebody who's very free-spirited and rebellious at this time. So the fact that, look, I should never deter away from what I connect with my cards, but Knight of Wands is definitely fuck boy, fuck girl energy. So I feel like that is the vibe. Whoever's picked this pile, and if it resonates, don't come for me if you're like, I'm not a fuck boy or fuck girl. There's nothing wrong if you are. Like, sex is sex. If you want to go out and get it, go out and get it. Just be safe. That's all you need to do. Be safe. But I definitely feel like people see you as somebody who's very adventurous in your sex life. So you've either had a sex life or you're exploring a very colourful sex life now is sort of what I'm picking up. But yeah, I'm going to move on because like, yeah, this was really random, this energy. So sending much love and light to you. Bye. Pile number 3, those of you who chose the palm, welcome to your reading. So regeneration, new growth and strength. My body heals itself and remembers its original blueprint. It's beautiful. So we have seashells, crystals, third eyes, flowers. We have a snake. We have an elephant. Got some other animal here. We have a princess or a queen, a fish, a mushroom, snakes. Music symbol. Saturn, the planets, I assume these represent. Really weird. Okay, it just sort of comes with a really tiny book, this deck. So obviously some of you could be into fortune telling. We have a heart here. So I guess I don't know. I kind of feel like some of you, what I need to say here is I feel like you've actually gone through some kind of transformation, maybe a heartbreak here, or it's actually a health scare, a health obstacle. Like, I feel like for a lot of you, you're rejuvenating from something that was required you to heal. I think the funniest thing about a cat is when it doesn't realize its tail is its tail. I actually feel like for a lot of you could be going through some kind of dark night of the soul experience at this time. Something has recently happened to you. You're coming out of some kind of mixed darkness. You're kind of coming back to your true self. There's a renewal, there's new growth, there's strength. You're finding the strength to pick yourself up out of bed. It could be depression even here. I definitely feel like for those of you who pick this pile, you've got a lot going on in your mind. You've had a lot going on. And there's like, you're in this state of renewal, change. Some of you could be 20. We have Gemini. We have Taurus. We have Pluto, Scorpio energy. We have Leo, strong Leo again, and then Libra. We have an N or a W. Oh, sorry, an M or a W. We have the letter N. We have an R. We have a 3. We have a 7. We have an F, a Z, a U, an S, a 1, a C, another C, an anchor, a 9 or a 6, and a K. I feel like a lot of you have had snakes around you. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of things that has happened around you. Let's see. You might be a person really well versed in astrology, in animals, like spiritual meanings of animals. I feel like you see everything as a purpose. Everything has a purpose. Okay, I'm getting it now. It's connecting. I think I was trying to getting out of pile 2's energy is probably what I needed to do, because there's a lot of confusion there. But with this pile, I feel like who you are is somebody who lives among the stars. I feel like for a lot of you, you are on a very strong spiritual journey. You're a very spiritual individual. I think you're very connected to the ocean, the earth, Mother Nature, the universe. Your third eye is so open, it's probably scares you at times. There's something to do with music here and your connection with music. Some of you can sing, some of you can play an instrument. Some of you listen to a lot of meditation kind of music or singing bowls. I feel like you've experienced a lot of karma in this life and a lot of snakes. The karma has come from people being snakes in your grass. You may have lived or have a strong connection with the Egyptian pyramids. You know, in India, I know it doesn't look like it, but there is a Geisha, Ganesha. It is the elephant god. My apologies if I'm pronouncing it wrong. There was this one time I had penicillin and I thought I was going to die because like penicillin ruins my body. And I was laying there on my bed praying, and I think this was when I was about 22. So like 18 years ago, but I actually prayed to that God, and I swear like within maybe 20 minutes of praying to that God, I felt better. So I don't know. You were going through some health issues or healing, and it's weird that that memory just came through by looking at that imagery. So yeah, some of you may have had medication recently that was not good for you. Okay, show me how people describe pile number 3, please. Page of Cups. Funny to see an old man on the Page of Cups. We have the Star, which is all about healing. 7 of Wands, 4 of Swords, the World, and the Hangman. Page of Wands in regards to how people would describe you. Page of Wands, Page of Cups. Page of Cups, Crystal. I don't know, like I kind of feel like, you know, when I think about fish, I think wishy-washy. And the Page of Cups for me is always a card that talks about somebody maybe requiring to, you know, like grow up a little bit when it comes to the naivety of love. So I don't know if people describe you as somebody who kind of like falls in love very easily because you're a bit of a dreamer when it comes to relationships, maybe. You know, there's a lot of like hope on this guy's face, like, you know, please will you accept my cup. So I don't know if people describe you as somebody who is constantly moving through life looking for potential crushes or romances. So somebody who is very focused and fixated on love, okay, who's in search of a soulmate here. They could describe you as somebody who is also really creative, you know, but somebody who's very sensitive. And I also feel like, you know, the inner child is very much linked to this card. So I kind of feel like if you are an older person, people may describe you as somebody who's still really young on the inside. Like, I don't know, I just feel like a lot of you, people may describe you as somebody, I don't know, that may have experienced a lot of disappointment in life, been surrounded by people who've made you feel very insecure. Maybe you're a person, maybe it's not you who's emotionally immature. It could be the fact that people describe you as somebody who's always been around, remembering the snakes in the grass, around people who were really emotionally immature, and they've really tainted you in how you view love, maybe how you experience love, how you open up with new connections, new lovers, new crushes, as well here. Because there's a sadness in this energy I see. Like there's this hope, like, is this person my soulmate? I kind of feel like people describe you as somebody who has gone through a lot. And it could be the reason why you act or behave the way that you do, is sort of the vibe. You could be really come across as really like wishy-washy, a bit naive at first, but like that's just sort of one sort of energy here. Please don't hold on to that because there's some great energy here. So moving into the cards that we pulled. So we have the Star. And then when I think about the Star in regards to how people would describe you, sorry, the cats are in here and I'm fighting them off. The Star in the sense of a description would sort of give me the indication that people... they might describe you as somebody who needs to, like, has already embarked on a journey of a lot of healing, or they describe you as somebody who, you know, does need to heal, like, or you are in a state, not does have to heal. Thinking about this card, you're in a healing stage. So people could be describing you as somebody who has gone through a moment of despair. You're very negative in regards to maybe love or a certain area in your life because you need to heal from something. So people could be describing you as somebody who's kind of wounded at this time. And even if it may not even have anything to do with love, it could be an injury itself here. So people could just be describing you as somebody who is focusing on healing, focusing on removing negativities out of their life. They could be definitely describing you as somebody who has gone through a lot. Like I'm feeling a very like sad feeling and disappointment. Like I'm feeling very disappointed. So people could, and a bit like a feeling of hopelessness. So people could be describing you as somebody who always gets the short end of the stick, especially when it comes to love. Like you're always out there putting yourself out there, but then like people seem to take advantage of that. So people describe you as somebody who is so giving that people take too much, and they take until they can't take anymore because there's nothing left for you to give. So people may describe you as somebody who has a lot of healing to do. I feel like you give everything you've got until you've got nothing else left to give. So just be mindful, if people are describing that to other people and those people are toxic, snakes in your grass, they're going to come for that, right? They're going to come for the knowing that, oh, well, pile 3 will give, and I need I need somebody to worship the ground I walk on because I'm in a toxic energy. I feel like a lot of you may attract real fucked up narcissistic people, and because they can see that you want love, you desire love, I feel like these people can really pick up on that. So my advice there, pile number 3, is yes, heal, but protect your energy here. Like, you need to really protect it. And I feel like a lot of you are, because we do have the 7 of Wands here, which is all about setting boundaries and putting in the effort to ensure that the challenges we face aren't challenges anymore. So I kind of feel like some of you are already in this energy, and other people describe you as somebody who doesn't have boundaries. You know, some of you have learned, described as you are healing, you've set healthy boundaries, you're putting in the effort to stop attracting terrible people, getting the short end of the stick. Other people are describing you as somebody who has got no boundaries, and you just sort of allow people to infiltrate your life because those boundaries aren't set. I feel like other people may describe some of you as a person who's always facing competition. So you've always got people competing against you, whatever it may be, at work, in a romantic situation. I feel like people describe you as somebody who seems to always having to defend their actions. I did this for XYZ sort of energy here. I don't know, I just feel like people around you right now describe you as somebody who experiences a lot of challenges. You're going through maybe a real, as I said, dark night of the soul. There could be some kind of dark energy around you. I don't know, just trying to ruin your shit. It's very strange energy. You know, the 7 of Wands is a very defensive energy as well. So people may describe you in the fact that people say, oh, pile 3 needs to heal, but they're very defensive about the healing. They might say, oh, I've healed. So people might describe you as somebody who gets on the defense when people try and help you. And this could be coming from not open to help or support. So this could be coming from different energies from this other stuff coming through. I feel like with this pile, you've got different people describing you. So maybe you've got a lot of different groups of people around you, people who want to use you, and then other people who want to support you. So that is why I'm getting a bit conflicted with these messages. I feel like with the 4 of Swords, people describe you as somebody who will take time out for themselves, who will choose to rest and recuperate, or at least they're describing you as somebody who is resting and focusing on recuperation at the moment, trying to bring more peace. Like, you are a peaceful person here. Page of Cups definitely indicates that, but people describe you as somebody who, again, is recovering from something. And I think that's what's challenging me at the moment, trying to connect with this, is because you're probably all recovering from something very different. Broken leg, broken heart, broken wrist, broken toe, broken from, mental abuse at work. There's all different signs. Either way, there is some kind of suffering happening in the heart space for this pile. And I feel like people are describing you as somebody who maybe needs to spend more time alone and take a break from their love life. If you have a broken heart from love, they might be describing you. I think with this pile, I feel like it's not a description coming through. I feel like this reading has been infiltrated, and it's like they're not describing you, they're talking about you. is what I feel, and it's not aligning with the reading, which is weird because they could be describing you as somebody who's really burnt out, and that's why they describe you as somebody who needs to be a lone wolf, somebody who needs to be in solitude or focused on solitude, is what I feel. You know, the Four of Swords and the Hangman share a similar energy, which is about stagnation. So people could be describing you as somebody who's stagnating their recovery, stagnating their healing, somebody who's avoidant attachment style as well here. People could describe you as somebody who easily allows others to exert their energy to burn you out. I'm curious to know, guys, like, do you have a lot of toxic people in your life? Like, you know, how can you cleanse your energy? Like, you know, have you thought about cleansing your energy to invite more positive people your way? Because the energy here is like stuck. It's really rigid and stuck. So it makes me wonder, like, do people describe you as really rigid and stuck? Maybe people describe you as somebody who's very stuck in the past or stuck in the now and you can't move forward, or you don't, maybe you're stubborn, because stuck is a sign of stubbornness, and stubborn people will always remain stuck. So let me know, like, if you feel comfortable to share that, because I feel like with the World card here, these people describe you, and this is where it gets, this is why I'm a bit thrown and why I feel like it's different groups of people describing you, because I don't feel like the World card represents these people describing you. These people know nothing about your heartache or whatever issues you've got, because the World tells us people describe you as somebody who's very successful, who's accomplished a lot, you're well traveled, like you love to travel, like you've got a lot of fulfillment. There's this sense of belonging about you. You've completed a lot of positive things in your life. So that energy does not align with the other energies of how people describe you. So maybe you need to take a moment with this reading to think about the different groups in your life, and then maybe whether or not you want to review the reading again to understand which group is describing you in what way, because then you can confront that if you feel like it. Other ways you can look at the World is, the World card is, yeah, like somebody really reaching career goals, like you're very focused. So I don't know. I don't think these people know any of the trauma that you have gone through or going through, I feel, with the World. These could be just people that you cross paths with every now and then. They don't know the crux of your life, I feel. You know, also with the World in a low vibrational energy, again, it's stagnation. So we have stagnation, stagnation, stagnation. So people describe you as somebody who has a lot of stagnation, but that, I don't know, have you been injured? Maybe people are describing you as somebody who can't move freely right now, like your life's been put on a pause. There's a lot of stagnant energy around you right now because something has happened to you and you're currently healing from it. So moving on to the Hanged Man. How do people describe you? You know, maybe because you are healing from something right now, people might be just like, stay away from pile 3. Like, they would be so disinterested. Like, maybe stagnant in the sense, like, you're not accepting invitations right now. Like, you're not giving people what they need right now. People might be describing you as somebody who faces a lot of negative patterns, like the same patterns. Like, you keep experiencing the same patterns. They might describe you like as somebody who lacks a lot of uncertainty. Like, you're a very uncertain person. Like, you may not have a lot of confidence in what the world has to offer you. So you guys might be in a very low vibrational energy right now. Like you might be experiencing depression, or the universe may have really got you down, like in a real, like shitty headspace. I feel like, or people have gotten you down in a shitty headspace. So it could be the fact that people describe you as somebody who is very uncertain about what the future brings them. You're a person who doesn't really, you're a person who lacks direction in your life right now. And it's probably because you're feeling very trapped and confined. So I feel like you're in a box right now. And I feel like that could be the reason why I'm struggling to like connect with the energy here. But I would personally say, pile 3, you need to clear out these people who are using you. No to the candle, baby. You little puppy. You need to have a clean out of your friendships and the people that you invite into your bedroom. I feel like you need to probably start making some sacrifices, maybe to do with your social status too here. Like, it's nice to have friends, but if our friends are using us to, make themselves feel better, or using us to, I don't know, get ahead in life or something. But I definitely feel like a lot of you have picked this pile. You're in a headspace that is not healthy. You're in a headspace that you definitely need to get out of. And that could be like how people are describing you. You could be suffering mental health issues as well at this time. I feel like I'm going to have to get some more for you because, like, don't really understand what's going on here. How do people describe pile number 3? 3 cards. Yeah, that death card, I was sort of picking up the death energy and the moon. I think people describe you as you're somebody who loves too quickly, too easily, right? And because you love so quickly, so easily, you experience a lot of endings and a lot of beginnings. So a lot of people describe you as somebody who's got a lot of exes in their past, because you fall in love too quickly, okay? And I also feel like with the moon here, people describe you as somebody who has a lot of fears surrounding love. And when you go into relationships, you automatically go to the worst case scenario, like this person's cheating on me, they're talking to other people. People describe you as somebody who could be quite insecure because you've had a lot of people hurt you in the past. You've had a lot of people maybe cheat on you, and it may not even be a lot of people. Just one person cheating on you is enough to ruin love for a lifetime. I definitely feel like people with the 6 of Wands, right, describe you as somebody, and see this person's got an impairment. So I don't know if some of you have got an impairment here, or they describe you as somebody who could be really victorious. Like, you've got a lot to celebrate, but you allow an impairment to hold you back, to hold you down. I just definitely feel like people describe you as somebody who's got a lot of positivity around them, but there is some negative energy surrounding you at this time. So people are sort of describing you as maybe like, I don't know, a Debbie Downer, or somebody who needs to heal in order to like cleanse this energy so you can be back in this energy, this victorious energy, feeling in your power, like knowing that everything that has happened to you has happened for you. So yeah, look, I'm going to leave it there. I'm sorry that message went the way it did, and I really hope and I do trust that it will go to the person it needs to, but sending much love and light. Bye.